Morning, guys. Welcome to episode number 30 this week of, sorry fellas, but yeah, welcome to episode number 30 this week of, Final Fantasy Tactics. Ivalice Chronicles this week, since it's been like, 1 week without an expansion, anything else with all alternative. We're pretty much projecting. I'm gonna get our first battle going right now. Yeah, guys, welcome to episode number 30 this week with your king and your luckiest man. So unfortunately, I don't know where to begin, but well, I know it's just been long enough, just to really have no conspiracy, less transaction.
You can trust me.
Or anything else that's not, feeling conflicted.
It's time.
You guys get the idea.
Thought you'd
Yeah,
never
guys,
ask.
this is your king and your luckiest man.
To battle.
So today, guys, it is May 21st, 2026. So, as you guys can see, I don't have my PC in front of me, but as far as I know, I've got a few people, that's going to try to hook me up today. Trying to get something going, trying to get something to locate. Morning Sonya, Mega Love shout out. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. I'm pretty sure it's been a long time for us since, maybe like years, maybe like centuries, or, excuse me, pretty much good established amount of time. And, it's kind of like missing something in hand, or, of course, guys, once upon a time. And, I mean, I understand I'm not usually with my PC all the time, but, I mean, on occasions, I don't need to actually with me, just to do. Sore throat, no. I'm just trying to get a, what do you call it, a, quiet establishment, that way I don't have to, not to have anything else lackluster. Well, looking to see if there's not much to really grab or handle, but I feel fine, just to keep some in the balance. But as far as anything else, took on Steve during the last number of days this week. You talked about working a good amount of hours.
Don't talk too much. Thumbs up, people hugging.
Not too many. A lot of Sonya, but how you been? I mean, even though I haven't seen you in my live stream that much, but all I'm gonna say is, guys, I'm still around. I'm still around for you guys. I repeat, as far as anything else, we're gonna start with the passing of Tom Kane today. So apparently, Tom Kane was best known for, I think he was like the professor in, I mean, as far as I know, guys, what's his name? Tom Kane was, playing as, the professor in Powerpuff Girls.
My turn, is it?
And then he was also in, 2 other shows, like, for example. I mean, you talk about, playing a professor, you talk about playing, somebody in Star Wars. You talk about playing somebody that's more, pretty much, guys, anything for 3 generations. Well, I know I love Sonya. I'm not usually without my modernization because nobody's been paying attention to my, my beds, my W8s or anything. So that explains why. I can't see how many people can really, start benefiting, have the benefit of the doubt. And, I haven't been monetized for, I think, for like a year and a half now. So it's just been a pain for me. As I said, people haven't paid a lot of attention, a lot of, clear. Pretty much anything, for example, the buy example, and I mean, that explains why.
Open your eyes.
But speaking of anything else, I mean, I don't see anything else being subtract or, for three generations, just to, just to really target,
So
have
sad for my
anything else
lovers.
to add. But I'm
Take
not sure
this.
if I'm gonna get my butt back to monetization again. I mean, if I do, it'd be a great
Better end
idea,
this quickly.
but you never know what the future is gonna be holding. But back to Tom Kane. Tom Kane was, as far as I know, he was a good actor recently. Being in Powerpuff Girls, also being in Star Wars, and I'm gonna think about him as, I don't believe there's much to really describe about him. It's just, I know he was a good actor. I haven't seen Powerpuff Girls that much, and mm, I mean, if a lot of you have seen any of the shows, back when you guys were kids, back when you guys were
Nothing
growing
can
up,
stop me.
that was exactly who he was, and pretty much being that guy, being that man, and you guys get the idea. So, but as far as anything else,
Update so much.
you're telling me, while I'm saying it, and saying so much, you don't know how to really handle anything that's involving it, and you just want to get everything back in establishment. And you pretty much do what you gotta do, you know. You don't want to have somebody be pushed against the wall and say you don't want to, have people paying a lot of attention to detail. But I mean, everybody's got the entire thing. It's just as long as we don't want to push anybody overboard on it. It just depends what it could be and whatever it is. So I don't see why not. Um, but yeah, guys, as far as anything else, if you guys want to mention anything about him, Tom Kane passed away earlier this week, guys. I repeat, Tom Kane passed away at the age of 72 this week, as far as I know.
I still remember you, Jack. That's
Now
why
Tom
when
Kane
I
had
heard the
some sort
father
of,
came.
thing going on with his body, and well, I don't believe there was much to, you know, be unaware of anything. And I mean, I understand I haven't watched any of the other
Be
shows, but
strong.
I mean, especially Powerpuff Girls back in, back in '96. We talk about '97, so I don't want to toot my own horn and say every single human being has seen any show or seen anything around it.
I'm
So,
ready.
but it may have been anything. Would have been somewhere swallowing near or swallowing and beginning to an end. So, but no worries, absolutely no worries. So as long as we can really have enough memories between an actor or writer or director,
I will
does
join
enough to
your
really
wild
put
and
in.
put in my watch later
Oh,
if
thank
it
you,
comes
Lala
up and I'll
Sanya.
try to
We can do
help.
something about that too. I'm fine with that. Well, within my PC, I can still do a couple things on, on my phone for now. But in order to have
Of
that
course.
crap be fixed, it
I
can
was
be
born
done.
for
But
this. It's time.
that's why I'm trusting a few people from the art studio just to, start leaning towards that. And, not to lose track of anything or advance anything. So,
I won't disappoint.
but I'm counting on them.
Ever ready.
That's all we can do. Put in God's hands. Alright, guys, speaking of other
Forward.
stuff, excuse me. No, oh yeah, guys, what was I saying? Sorry. But as far as anything else goes today, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning with our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting greatness, or smelling of coffee, or smelling of good stuff,
Come on.
and pretty much enough to, to wake up. If you guys are having a good amount of time for breakfast, anything you guys have an opportunity to have, like, if you guys are going to a restaurant, if you guys are going to, any place in a type of need, you know, people can have anything they want. If you guys are spending a night at a hotel or whatever, that's all we can do. But I repeat, fellas, always been there for us. Always knowing what we gotta do for each other. But doing something that we can do, you know, one thing at a time, one step at a time. That's all we can do. But I repeat, fellas, as king and luckiest man, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. With our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, electrifying, not deniable, but on surprising, awesome greatness, on awesome, encompassing, biggest, strongest, phenomenal, fantastic, strongest power of our community. And so we have our social media on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter X accounts. And with your king guys and your luckiest man together today. Let's not forget, guys, our social media attached together and also voiced together. And yes, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more. Now, if you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can let me know in the chat,
I must
in the live
concentrate.
chat. So, if you guys want to strike anything, that's all we can do. But yeah, while I'm Sonya, you're pretty much not the only one, because, even though, I understand how many people have been, getting their butts demonetized and not doing what, most people can't be doing here today. But if they're getting enough W8s, if they're getting enough, of anything, it would really describe on what facts, it would really describe how,
That's why I can feel you.
everybody needs a lot of help, and everybody needs a lot of things to, not to have people toot their own horn, not having enough time to really watch
Allow me,
videos.
thanks.
We talked about boosting a lot of videos too. But you guys get the idea, so I don't want to say it's going to be out of the question. But as long as I got my phone, guys, here today in the chat, I guess I'll do social media. I guess I'll do other stuff with that. Not temporarily, but for now. Man, guys, may Tom Kane rest in peace. He died at the age of 72 this week. Pop-Up Girls, Star Wars. I don't know about the others, so, that's through info. I have enough to really, not go exactly from left to right. Or not. You know what they say, guys. You don't want to separate the men from the boys. Separate the men from the women.
Visit some gamer.
That's exactly what my butt's been doing. I've been doing what I'm doing, and, we're still at 643 mods here today. It's pretty much always been enough for us, enough for me, enough for most people in the United States, That's all there is. Speaking of other stuff, guys, I actually did check out, the review recently. Let me rephrase. I just got done checking out the new Star Wars Mando and Grogu this week. I checked out a bit of the review recently, and
Be strong.
Guys, according to Dave Filoni, Mandalorian and Grogu, Star Wars was not going to be the physical plan, and as far as I know, he was not exactly in the drawing board of how Mando and Grogu came about. Okay, and the thing about Star Wars is, if you want to talk about making the best of it, if you want to talk about, doing something for the fans, doing something for a lot of people here today, if you want to make a lot of, come to your opinion, come to your demise, everybody's got anything to prove with Star Wars. So apparently, so as far as how well Star Wars Mando and Grogu did, well, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. The movie is not that great, in my opinion. I checked out a little bit of reviews recently. So the thing about Star Wars is, people want to say it was better than it usually was when Kathleen Kennedy was busy. Yes and no, but I don't want to say Kathleen Kennedy did a bad establishment or talk about a bad,
I won't die here.
Physical opportunity for the fans and also for everybody, between city or state by watching Star Wars movies. But if we want to talk about, doing a first ever movie, that's a lack of confidence right there. Does enough to really understand. Does enough to really not punch anything on it. But if you
My
want to
turn.
talk about Star Wars, I mean, people have seen everything on Star Wars for a long time, and yes, guys, over the years. I mean, you talk about making a bad move, a good movie. You talk about making a smart move,
I won't
and
let you die.
you know, I mean, I understand what people can
I'm
be
up against it.
start going through, but apparently, guys, I repeat, Mando and Grogu is not the best movie. For the first time under I repeat, fellas, under Dave Filoni. I read a review this week, and one was if we want to talk about something from Dave Filoni,
I can do this.
I feel like that movie should have been a lot better. But if you guys think that's not enough, the first ever Michael Jackson's actually been doing,
Onward.
a sock through the box office here today. So, but the balance between
Power
that movie
thrumming in
is,
no mercy.
I'm not saying Michael is better than Mortal Kombat 2 the way let's see what Love and I checked it out a couple weeks ago. I do know that movie is good. The fights were good, the other stuff is good. Just to be open and honest with you.
Come on.
So everything else has been in the top order, from top to bottom, top to bottom. So so I don't see why not. But the thing about Mando and Grogu is, as a matter of fact, it's I don't want to toot my own horn. I mean, I repeat, fellas.
Doesn't
Let
look
me
good.
let me get that sense. But I repeat, I'm not saying Mando and Grogu would have been sucked. I mean, all I know is, if you talk about Star Wars movies, those
Wizened Lord.
those movies from Lucasfilm didn't exactly suck. Back in '77, a long time. And I mean, it always fills some hearts with doubts. Fills a lot of memories. Fills a lot of character stories. And that's exactly what Star Wars really inspired for us. If we
I
were
won't
kids,
die here.
doing some with other movies with Star Wars. That's
I
all
can't
it's been.
allow this.
So, it's been there, it's been doing that. It's done this or that
I've had
momentarily.
better days.
But as far as I know, guys, Mando and Grogu, people thought the movie itself would have been
Practice makes
kind of
perfect.
good, but not the
Concentrate.
greatest. Even though Dave Filoni's now on the helm. And so he decided just to, state his own opinions to the fans and promise a good movie. But I mean, I wouldn't call Mando and Grogu that great.
I'm up
And
against it.
guys, that's just my opinion right now. But
Right.
all I know is, I repeat, Mando and Grogu should have been good when it had a chance under Dave Filoni. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can benefit right now. I mean, am I saying the movie is going to be good? Going into Monday on Memorial Day, that's a different story. But it should make a good amount of money, in the box office. I'm saying it would, but I mean the way Michael Jackson, the first Michael Jackson movie is, the first Michael I've heard has already completed $1.1 billion.
Very well.
Hand pink waving, hand pink waving, hand pink waving.
Alright, thank you, Lulubs,
Sonya.
Sonya. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. Lulub Sonya, if you reach anybody in the chat, tell them I need enough time and enough help today, to get my W rates back to the starting bid on the channel. If we can do that. With anybody on Facebook, Twitter X, or YouTube. If we can visit anyone Lulub Sonya, that'd be great. And then we can try to handle that from now. But don't be afraid to, continue with my W rates. I need that as soon as possible. But thank you for joining in, though. Excuse me. Everybody's got a strong position, fellas. That's all there is. But yeah, Star Wars Mando and Grogu sort of 5 out of 10 this week, fellas. So, including you guys. No, as far as what movies that should have been better, all I'm saying is Mando and Grogu would have been better. Would have done enough chemistry on it. So I'm not saying Dave Filoni is in a first opportunity for the fans and also for the company to Lucasfilm, but all I know is he's doing what he's doing. You know, he's doing exactly what
Welcome.
Kathleen
Who needs
Kennedy
our
wanted to
fee?
do.
May I
So,
help by all
I do know
means?
John Favreau's been trying to, you know, hook
Are you?
anything
Thank
onto
you.
Lucasfilm
Well,
guys, so. Um, and so guys, we're going to be tackling the story right now. We're going to be going to, yeah, here's the thing guys, during the last 2 weeks, we actually did rescue Mystario. So far, it's not just Mystario, but also, Agrius from last week. So Mystario was exactly 2 weeks ago. And then, the other one was the same as it sort of been. So we're pretty much doing the same capture. One on 22, actually 52, 54.
Ready.
I'm just gonna have a couple of these characters come right in. So we're actually tackling this story here today, guys. So I'm gonna be tackling the lands, and guess who we're actually gonna be facing today? Guess who it is? The one and only Gaff Garrigan. Now, the last time we actually encountered Gaff Garrigan, it was when he turned his back on us. You know, went back when we had you know, Agrias, Princess Ovilia. And I do know Gaff Garrigan did not betray Princess Ovilia when we tried to rescue at that fossil casing. That was exactly like, you know,
my
a
turn,
week
is it?
ago, maybe like less than that. But the thing about that too is, you
As
know,
you wish.
if you're trying to rescue
At
somebody,
the ready.
you better do it quick. You better do it now. That's all I can tell you. So as you guys can see, we're gonna jump in this battle right now. Actually, I'm gonna quickly take a drink real quick. So as you guys can see, you have an executioner here in the gallows talking to this one princess, and the thing about trying to get some to investigate is you got to know who the person is. You got to know who's doing crossplay. So as you guys can see, you have somebody doing some sort of not exactly evacuation to escape or anything. But the thing about this executioner, we don't know who's exactly behind it. Who's behind that hoodie. And you know anybody would really be unseen. We talk about not being, you know, discovered. So we have this executioner talking to this one princess, and he started by stating and also says the following. Actually, this executioner says the following. So he got any words to leave behind, Highness. And then the princess actually does not.
None, then.
So apparently
Very
this one
well.
princess does not have any discussion with them. I mean, we understand it's Gavgarian. Nobody can be, you know, a bad evil villain that does not want to force anybody to speak. So he actually does not hear any feedback on her. So
Is that?
some of them actually have approached footsteps. Now some of these enemies, guys, are through Lionel Castle. So you have a knight up there,
The enemy!
and he sees an
We have come
enemy.
for the princess.
And
Stand
then
down.
Ramsden actually
We'll
comes
take
in
her place on the
by saying the
gallows.
following, guys. Now this is where it gets a bit drawn to the attention. So Ramsden does actually state the following. We come for the princess, or whoever you are. We're going to be taking her place on this location.
And the trap
And then
you
Executioner,
sprung.
you know, applies back to him. The trap is sprung.
Trap.
And Ramsden you know, it's not suggesting a trap. And guess who it is, guys? Gafgarian, of course. He may not be, here's the thing, guys. He may not be a badass class as a character, but I mean,
Ramza.
this is actually
Ever
the second time
gallant
we've
fool.
pretty much are approaching to him exactly. And Gafgarian does have different armor, so we need to watch out for that. So Ramza calls, I repeat, Gafgarian actually calls Ramza a Galligan fool.
What have you done with Lady Ivalice?
And Ramza is questioning, what have you guys done with Lady Ovilia?
I've done no with her.
And then
She's a liar.
Gafgarian
What's
replies
the
back
gem?
and counters it by stating, Avelia you speak of, says that Lionel, and what is the name of the gem?
Gem.
Ramses does, and then Ramses states, Gem.
Might we spare
Not just
ourselves
any
these
gem, guys.
tiresome
A
fates?
gemstone, if you look
I
at it.
speak of the Cardinal's
So,
gemstone.
so Gafgarian, wants to spare himself, and also, have involved in the Cardinal's
The
gemstone.
one who stole it
You guys remember the
travels
stone
with you,
that
does he
we
not?
had to surrender
I would
last
have
week,
it surrendered.
and that was pretty much not actually the main establishment, pretty much the main course, or the main thing to follow. So Gafgarian takes a bit of Stone's comment in his own opinion, stating that he actually would have surrendered.
If you want it, come and get it.
And Ramsey does actually state the following, fellas. That's to make him earn it. If you want it, come and get it.
So, the boy now thinks
So
himself a
Gafgarian
man.
wants to question Ramsey of that. He thinks himself as a man, instead of a teen.
Very well. Let
And
us
Gafgarian
finish
just wants to
this
fence
like
it like
men.
men.
Go go.
So here's the thing, guys. I mean, if you want to talk about Gafgarian wanting to rule the roost after what he had a conversation
not
with the
too late
Cardinal
to change
and
your
also
mind,
with
Ramsay.
Ludovic,
Return with me to Egros.
I don't believe Gafgarian would actually change his mind and wanting to do what he actually wants to have in store, Even though we only encountered Ludovic once. I mean, from what I've heard, I don't believe we're running into Ludovic twice, but all I know is, guys, Gafgarian knows that Ramsay does have the gemstone, and he's not going to give anything away, or any part of that. So before the start of the battle, guys, Gafgarian does actually state and wrote the following. It's not too late to return with him to Egros and change his mind.
Your brother Dystog would fain
And
forgive what's done.
Gafgarian also
He
mentions
said as much
your
himself.
brother Dystog would also, forgive what he's been doing. Since he only says himself, and also, with Zalbag included.
What is it that stops you?
And then
Chivalry?
Gafgarian does remind Ramsay,
Flex,
if you're looking to
flex,
change your
flex,
mind,
flex.
like Calvary,
Has he ever filled a
Toy
man's
Relic,
belly?
and also Sassus no loyalty, filled a man's belly.
However you may pretend you are a noble. It's in your very
Gafgarian does
veins.
question Ramsay,
And
you
a
may be
noble
noble.
rules over
It's in your
and
very
uses
veins.
the small
Things like you
folk
may
as
have
he
noble
sees
roles.
fit.
And anything that he sees fit.
Lesser men can only dream of having
And then
your lot in
Gafgarian,
life.
guys,
So forget
from the
this
start,
foolishness and
sorry,
be who you were
Gafgarian
born
does
to be.
officially finishes off that statement by saying the following. You may forget this foolishness, but you actually are born that you actually are able to be. Then Ramsay does
No,
come in and
I
say,
will not.
I'm not going to join you.
The foolishness is
Saying that
believing
the
that our blood
foolishness
dictates
of
our
what
destiny.
dedicates our destiny,
I refuse to exploit others simply
because he was
I
born as a beloved
Beowulf.
and refused to intimidate the others. So I'm not saying Ramsay's wrong. All those guys, Gafgarian wants Ramsay to join him and go back to Egros and get back on track. And I mean, it's kind of like partnering up if somebody from Star Wars by joining the dark side. I mean, if we look at Luke and Vader, if we look at Rey and Kylo Ren in Star Wars, that's exactly what a main villain is looking to attract.
Even should
That's
it
what
mean
it
defying
what
my
it
brother,
means.
I will
And
be
then
true to
Ramsay
myself.
does also state the
I will
following.
play no part in his foul plots.
It may be defying my brother. I will be true to myself. I will play no part in his foul plots.
Foul?
Then Gafgarian does also,
You would paint
you
your
know,
brother's deeds as
he
foul.
actually thinks Ramsay is, what do you call it, guys? Gafgarian gets Ramsay a little more self-pity by saying the following. So you would paint your brother's deeds as foul.
For generations, House Beowulf
So
has
Gafgarian
possessed
does also
great
question,
military might
for 3
and the
generations,
influence
the
that
House
comes
Bluff
with
has been
it.
possessed with great military, and also the influence that comes with it.
As its lord, your brother
And then
simply upholds the duties of his
Gafgarian questions
station.
Ramsay's brother
You of all
that
people
upholds
should
the duties
know
of his
that.
station, and most people should know that.
What you call
Saying
foul,
that if you want to talk about foul,
I call necessary.
I call necessary.
Deny
But you
it
can do
all
whatever you want.
This is the way,
This is the way of the world.
My brother
And then
Duke
Ramsay
Larg
comes
seeks to
back,
ignite war
fellas,
to
by
further
stating
their own ends.
that Zalbag and Dystog may have much to question beyond it. and involving Ludovic. I mean, as long as I know Gafgarian's not questioning the conversation he had with the Cardinal, and also guys with Ludovic as well. So Ramsay does also storm back with his own comment. My brother and Duke Lark seek to ignite war to further the road ends,
Yet who is it that would be
saying
made to
that
suffer? It is the
the ones
soldiers
that
who
were
fight and
made to
die with
suffer,
their names
and is known
unknown
as
to their
soldiers.
lords.
So you may fight or die. Depends if you know their names, and also unknown to the lords.
It is the veterans
I mean, lords,
who are
if you
cast
look at
aside
it.
when their
Then
swords are
Ramsay
no
does
longer
also
needed.
state the following.
It is the
If we
common
look at
folk
us as
who are
veterans,
bled dry
we
by
no longer have
taxes
to be
and
needed.
levies.
You know, as a common folk who bled dry by taxes and levies. So if you want to talk about taxes, guys, bills come first. That's the main thing. I mean, you don't want to have somebody else pay anything or mislead anything, you know? That's what it really works out.
After 50 long years of
So,
conflict,
it has been 50 years
the
for
kingdom
Ramsay,
was
but
finally
he
beginning to
cannot
know
stand the
peace again.
conflict. All I know is, Gafgarian knows exactly what Ramsay's after. That's why it takes a lot of patience, takes a lot of time. Saying that the company was finally beginning to know peace again.
But now a privileged few would shatter
But
that
Ramsay
peace for
does look
personal
at
gain.
something that's not foul. I mean,
If
I'm not
such a
saying
thing
Ramsay's
is
going to
not
be
foul,
wrong,
sir,
or exactly with
then pray
Gafgarian
tell
either.
what is.
But if we look at Gafgarian, he's got enough armor in his body. The way we took him out first, and also during his first appearance. You know, with anything, or towards anything else in particular, fellas, and enough value. So Ramsay, if you look at such a thing, it's not foul. Then you can tell me what prey. That can tell us what it is.
A man
The
does not
Gafgarian
eat
does
an
also
omelette
question
without
fellas.
breaking eggs.
And
It
also
matters not
Gafgarian does
whether he is
state the
born
following.
into
If
abundance
you look
or
at a
no.
man does not eat an omelet without breaking eggs, it matters not whether he is born into obedience or abundance or no.
Progress
Saying that
exacts a price,
progress would
and
also
that price is
exact a
paid in
price,
blood.
and that price is paid in
Such
blood.
is the ink in
Saying
which
that if we
history's
look at to write
pages are
something
writ.
like a pencil or pen, history can really write its page. If you're looking to write a book,
Look around you,
and saying
boy.
that if you
Ivalice
look around
rots from
yourself,
within.
Ramsay, irresponsible from within.
Your brother would
Saying
carve
that your
out the
brother
root of
may
its
have
decay,
something
even
out
if
of
it
the
means
root
his
of its
hands must
decay,
be soiled.
or have something with his hands being soiled.
Come then.
So, okay, I mean, you guys get the idea. I mean, Gafgarian wants to question himself and wants to, have Ramsay join him. But guess what? All I know is Ramsay's not the same one that Gafgarian wants to be. So, guys, before you know how we do this. As King Gaius and Luckiest Man, we're gonna jump into the enemy's equipment. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump that right now. So as you guys can see, we got about 7 enemies here. So what we have here today, we're gonna start with the characters. So we're gonna be starting with Rose. So Rose is level 16. He's actually an archer class. So Rose is an archer. Ladies and gents, it's King Gaius and Luckiest Man. So Rose has a crossbow, battling boots, winston clothing, green beret. You guys remember, green beret can actually increase your hit points. So guys can, it does enough to boost your hit points, but I do know it does not include MP to go with it. Rose also has Arthur's Bane and also a stance of evasive. We also have the 3 knights in front of us here today. First name is called Kurtz. Oh, Kurtz is pronounced, guys. Kurtz. So talking about Kurt. Kurtz has, as a knight equipment, he's got Mithril sword, 2 golden armor, and the same other armor that is in every single armor that everybody has. Talking about gold, talking about metal. Between the two. His partner has the same thing, but he's actually got a different sword. Now, this character's name is Warden. He actually has a Carol sword, along with Arts of War and Fundaments. The other knight, guys, is Gerbold. Zerold. So he's actually level 14. The other archer, guys, is level 15. Almost 16 already, guys, of this character. So this archer, guys, is her name is Summerheld, or Summerheed. The weapon that she's got, besides fire or lightning, she's got an ice bow. So you guys can take something cool. You also have the time mazes. The first one is named Iguana or Enzina. The thing about this time maze, fellas, he or she's got an oak staff, wizard's hat, rope, and cape. Fundamentals is not going to be much of a scary thought. And then you have Juliana. Juliana is also a time maze, fellas. She's got a white staff. And then Gafgarian, fellas, guess what kind of stuff he has now? We're going to get to social media in just a minute. So if we look at what Gafgarian has in store, he's got a blood sword. He's got a mazel shield, closed helmet, robe, and cape. So he may be level 17, but he's not going to strike my ass with lightning. So what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to begin these guys by crawling. One of Rams is going to be next after that. That's why I brought Mustadio and, sorry guys. That's why I brought Ramza, Mustadio and Agrias.
Lady Ivalice sacrificed.
See if they can try to have enough confidant. So Ramza does resume the conversation with Gafgarian, and Ramza does state the following. If we look at the sake of progress, you'll see Lady Villa did sacrifice.
I will not abide.
Saying that I will not abide.
I will not stand by.
I will not stand by. And once make another teaser. I'm gonna want to look at who'll be the next teaser.
Not within your control.
The way Delita recently lost her, so you don't want to have the same repeat and having the same thing happen the first time. And then Gafgarian does state and tells Ramza this message, saying that was not within your control.
Many things
saying that many things are the hair of House Beloved. You have a duty as such. Saying that you don't have the orders to protect her, or pretty much protect the House of Beloved. Saying that if we look at your fate, your fate would have to be fulfilled.
As it was my
and then
fate
Ramza
to let
does,
Tidra die.
Talk about the way Tidra passed. Let's be honest, guys, Delita actually felt very, very terrible. It was like a mother to a daughter. I mean, there's a tagline, but there's a significant rhyme. So if you look at it, you have a daughter from another mother, brother, son from another father. I believe that's the tagline. Ramza does also state the following. If you look at the fate of when Tidra died.
No, fate had no hand in that.
So
Tidra died.
Here's the thing, guys. Ramza does make the statement clear.
I did not raise a hand
pretty much confident, stating that Tidra did pass away. Because Ramza didn't have an opportunity to try to save her back when. Guys, remember we battled Algus and also few other weakening enemies. I mean, back when it was that one sand. Actually, not the sand, but also a bit of the snow that was around that battlefield.
I've lied to myself all this time.
And then Ramza does also question.
It was my own inaction that killed her.
Gafgarian that he may have lied to himself, but he had no interaction that killed her. But pretty much he had no right to kill her. Because nobody would really blame themselves for not killing her, but trying to protect a human being.
I will not forget
it. And then
it.
Ramza does also say,
not for as long as
I will not forget it. Not as long as I live.
Come on.
So Ramza is, after what he's after. A lot of us can get it, fellas. As long as we know what that really means. Now, speaking of other stuff, fellas, but, all I'm saying is, if Gafgarian wants to really turn Ramza to the dark side, he's not going to listen to any... He's not going to really listen in and include anything. Just to really have enough time to equal and benefit on it. So Ramza is deciding to say no because, that was his way to a betrayal or enough to really not include anything. But you guys get the idea. All I'm saying is, guys, Gafgarian is not telling the wrong options or the right choices, but he's actually doing what he's doing.
Here I go.
He understands what what Gafgarian is not coming from. Well, guys, I can disable him. Line up Sonya, you got an idea. I know you don't play RPGs. Out of my 400, actually not my 400, my 643 mods today, but, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know, you talk about joining somebody, you want to stab them in the back, and do whatever. Yes, Gafgarian got disabled, fellas. Thank you, Mustadio, for doing that.
Time.
But alright, guys, speaking of other stuff today, if you guys want to catch some more, no, I repeat, if you guys want to catch some more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles here on Thursday mornings every week, out of my 4 priorities out of 4. If you guys want me to play new games on the schedule, if you guys want my PC repaired, I've got a few people that can hook me up today. She is going to be at the art studio, you know, so far today, even though she was, from when I first she was not there yesterday, since she recently wanted to spend time with her grandparents and not do a lot of things according to plan.
What do you mean to
But
do
that's
with
the
Lady
only thing.
Ophelia?
But I'll continue with other stuff in a minute. So, Agrias does also question Gafgarian by the same thing, stating that, actually, Agrias does state the following. What do you mean to do with Lady Ophelia? And then Gafgarian comes right in
as per my contract.
and talks about his
What
plans,
Duke Larg does with
stating
her after that is
he,
not my
he actually wants
concern.
to return her to Galeon, saying that Duke Larg actually wants to have an opportunity to do what he actually wants to do with her, but it's none of his concern or his availability.
Duke's Larg
And
and
Agrias does
Golterra are
also,
cut from the same cloth.
you know, not to have any
Both sides would use her as a
self-consideration,
pawn.
saying that Duke Larg and Katana are pretty much having the same cloth, saying that both sides would use her as a pawn,
Just as Dystarg
or
and
pretty much
Larg
an
now
object.
use you.
So Agrias is not in the right state. All I know is, guys, Agrias just wants to question why. Why Gafgarian would, hide something that people don't want to see as far as Lady Ophelia is concerned. Saying that Dystarg and, Dystarg and Log can never use
Are
them.
you not ashamed to be no
Saying that
more
if
than
you're
a
not
piece
ashamed
in their
to
game?
be no more than a piece of
Have
their
you
game.
no pride?
Saying that
No
he's got
honor?
no pride and no honor.
Pride?
Gafgarian wants
Honor?
to...
Such flights
No,
of
apparently,
fancy are
guys,
long since
Gafgarian
flown
wants to
from me,
really,
my lady.
overreads Agrias's, shadow, or pretty much have his own comments. Gafgarian does also state, quote, he may not have pride or honor, saying that flights of fancy are long since flown from him. So yeah, so apparently Gafgarian does not want to play anything by all means. I mean, as far as I know, he just wants to have everybody
Power
dead,
thrumming,
and also,
take this!
just wanting to have Ramza be on his side. But Ramza is going to strongly say no, because, all I know is, guys, it would be some sort of a death trap. So you don't want to follow through that. Gafgarian wants to, really die in his own hands. And that's going to be the plan. But here's the thing, guys, we will be facing Gafgarian one final time. So after this battle, we're going to be taking him on, outside of Egros Castle. Not Egros, Lionel Castle by then.
I must
Don't worry about
concentrate.
the ending, guys. Sorry. But I repeat, I do know the final time when we face Gafgarian, it's going to be outside of, just remember what I mentioned. We'll be facing the last of Gafgarian, not to have any spoilers or anything. We're probably, as far as I know, we will be, facing the rest of him on, outside of, Lionel Castle. So outside of Lionel Castle will be his final time with us. And pretty much battling his ass, mostly. But I repeat, fellas, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics every Thursday mornings, with you guys in chat, and my 4 priorities that take most of our time, take a lot of patience here today, with your king, your luckiest man. And of course, guys, if you guys want me to play new games on the schedule,
You
Make sure you guys
lackwit.
hit that like button,
You
support button, and
refuse to see
comment.
reality
If
for
you
what
guys have
it
any
is.
questions or concerns today, you guys let me know in the chat and the live chat. Now, I know some of you guys are, having the good stuff and also enjoying this dialogue between Gary and me, including Agrias and Ramza to hook in. So Gary does call Ramza a lackwit. He calls him, he refused to see what reality could be.
Listen to me, Ramza.
So Ramza tells
Every day,
Ramza to listen
someone
to him.
somewhere
Every day,
dies
someone,
without your
somewhere,
knowledge.
that's without your
What
knowledge.
is the life of
Saying that
one
if you
girl
give your life
when
to one
weighed
girl,
against the greater good?
what point would you actually do for the greater good?
I
And then
see no
Ramza does
good
come
in
back and
using
roar at him.
people. Only
Ramza does
deception and
also
death.
state and write, a little sum on my left eye. So Ramza does also write the following. I see no good in using people, but only deception and death upon
I
it.
will not stand by
Saying
any
that I will
longer
not
as
stand
innocents fall prey to your
by
good.
innocence that flaw, excuse me guys. Ramza does continue to state the following. If you look at innocents that fall prey to your good.
I will not let you harm
Saying
the
that
princess.
I will not let you harm the princess. That's exactly what he told Gafgarian. He does not want to have Gafgarian murder Princess Ovelia in front of Ramza and what his plots are.
Then you
And
seal
then
your
Gafgarian
fate.
does state,
You
making you
stubborn
conceal your
fool.
fate and calls him a stubborn fool.
Come then.
Besides, guys, Gafgarian will die in his own hands. Especially if he's not, proving himself guilt. You got no shame. One of those guys, Gafgarian doesn't care about himself. That's the main thing. But I repeat, fellas, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. But yeah, if you do have any questions or concerns, fellas, you guys can type them in the chat. Like Dawson from Titanic. I can answer any questions you have. Whatever you guys
Come on.
want me to obtain, have enough to handle, and, see what we can do. As long as we don't have to rush or get a side rush. We just want to do what we really, really want to set out to do. That's the main part of it. And also having multiple interviews. But won't be just fine, fellas.
My
We don't want to
strength
go
has
against
grown.
any will.
What's up, dudes?
Can't TM make a left shout out? How are you today?
It'll take more than that.
Do I know you, KTM? Or is it somebody random? But yeah, fellas, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment.
Ready.
No, I understand I've only been live for once a week, but without my PC, there's nothing new. It's
You are a
nothing
Beowulf.
a lot of us can really forget. But it's not going to be at the end of my laptop, though. Here's the thing, not from a Facebook post
Just
or
a
anything.
random guy.
Oh, never mind. Are you a fan of RPGs? KTM. Guys, can check out KTM. But yeah, guys, sorry to interrupt. Agris does also, I repeat, Agris does actually state the following. Ramza, you are beloved.
You didn't
And then
know.
Gafgarian questions, Agris did not know that. Actually, Gafgarian himself did not question it.
Aye.
Saying that
This
this
little
little wimp
whelp
is the son of the great House Beloved. Gafgarian
Beowulf.
would already know that already. But it feels like he's losing himself, losing his own life to be spared.
'Tis
Then
true.
Ramza does also question.
I am sorry I kept it from you.
That is exactly true. I'm sorry I kept it from you.
Yet though I am my
Saying that
father's son,
I am my
that
father's
does not make
son.
me the same as my
Saying
brothers.
that it doesn't make a difference. That would be the same with his brothers. Saying that he had no idea. And Ramza's mindset was not having the opportunity not to kidnap the princess in the first place.
For the honor of my
Because
house,
we already know that
I
for
will
sure,
bring an
guys,
end
that
to these
Ramza
machinations.
was
I
not
will
going to have
put
an
everything to
opportunity
rights.
to,
This I swear.
have the rights to, protect the princess himself. Like, Afghani wants to question himself that he wants the princess instead of, trying to protect him in his own free will. So, Ramza is doing something for his honor of his house. I put an end to another word for that, guys. Another word for plastic is, what do you call it? Magnesins or medications. Ramza wants to put everything to rights.
Do you truly think I would
Vinagris
doubt
does
you
also
now?
state,
You have more than proven yourself.
saying that Ramza has more to prove himself instead of the other.
Onward.
But alright guys, I repeat. As I was saying, fellas, as king and luckiest man. Make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. Besides, this dialogue is doing so well today. But yeah, if you do have any questions or concerns, just let me know in the chat,
Come
fellas.
then.
Let me know. Let my 643 mods know what's going on today. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. And a lot of us can do, but actually, most of us here today, guys, can do exactly what we want to do for us. So make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. If you do have any questions or concerns, just let me know in the chat, guys, in the live chat. And me, guys, as your king, and the luckiest man, can hardly answer or easily answer whatever you guys got in mind. Also, fellas, the most important thing and the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. Stay awesome and creative, and to make it short term, and to make it short and sweet for you guys.
My turn.
Without my PC, it would be absolutely nothing to, go be overwhelmed, feeling betrayed, feeling uncomfortable, if you will. But the most important thing, guys, and the most important rule, that a lot of us love to see, and pretty much like to see. Check this out, fellas.
No mercy.
Love, support, and respect is the key. Stay awesome and creative, guys. We are 643 mods today, and we're pretty much doing brilliant. Even though my channel's been up and down, but not a lot's really overseen. Or pretty much sick enough of an answer. But no worries, fellas. We're just doing what we wanna, feel comfortable by doing, and also feeling somewhere that we want to reach. And doing the stuff that we want to do. That's the main part of it, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's all we can do. Besides, your king and your luckiest man, guys, is not going anywhere.
It'll take
I'm
more
still
than
around.
that.
I may be turning 33 next month, but that's a different story. That could really be... that would probably... Hold on. That would really have the benefit of the doubt, so... Hold on, guys. I'm going to... I'm just gonna knock this guy a little bit.
I played and beat this game like a
Oh, you
million
beating this
years
game
ago.
before KTM? I don't blame you. And I'm not gonna have an opportunity to get
My
the audio
power
back up.
grows.
So that's gonna be a painful cause. Especially if Agris can get it done. I doubt she
How
would.
could this be?
Cannot
Or I
even
would have to
remember what
restart the
you're about.
battle on it.
Let me think.
And we don't do something quick. We'll do something now, but you guys get the idea. And then Ramza also loses his green beret. Thank you
Nothing
so
to
much
fear.
for screwing that. Or pretty much, self-aware on it. But I repeat, fellas. But as far as I know, as long as we work together,
My life.
that's all that matters.
Over.
But yeah, we are
Right.
at 643 mods today. We're pretty much doing well. Actually, no. I'm gonna restart this battle. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna be skipping this dialogue for the most part. But yeah, I repeat, we are at 643 mods today. Coming out of the chat, coming out of the channel, and we've been doing so well. We've been doing good. Just to think about things and not rush anything.
I was born for this.
But yeah, guys,
I'm ready.
I repeat, we are 600, sorry, I'm just a little bit tired today, but no worries. But I repeat,
Thought you
we
never
are at
asked.
643 mods today, which is pretty much good, magnificent, and keeping our eyes open. That's all we can do. And it's all thanks to the Lord.
Very well.
And yes, guys, knowledge is power.
No turning
When we
back.
meet and greet, we want to see how people are doing, see how everybody else is doing today.
Got any words
If
to
you're in
leave
God's
behind?
sense of humor, I'm gonna skip the rest of this
None,
dialogue.
then.
We already know what's going on.
Is that?
We have enough to really not, feel
The enemy.
betrayed, feel
We are come for
anything
the
else
princess.
by causing a
Stand
repeat
down,
on
or
it.
take her place.
But we're good.
Trap.
But yeah, guys, we are at 643 mods, which is good. Pretty much awesome. Not exactly a shock or a surprise, but enough to, hold on.
Bramza.
What have
Enough
you done?
to
I've done,
not
Jet.
rain
At least the one who...
or feel,
If you want
you
it.
know,
So,
wet
very
or
well.
anything. Also, guys, but yeah, I repeat, when we meet and greet, we want to socialize, we want to see how people are doing,
It is not too late.
have a lot of
Dies
laughs,
however you
not feeling
listen.
uncomfortable. But we
No,
actually want to
the
feel good
foolishness, even should it
with
mean
each other, and
Foul.
as long as most of you
You
today
would paint your
have your
brother's
king and your
deeds
luckiest
as
man,
foul
that's a different direction,
for
or a different
generations.
way
As its lord,
to
you're what
experience it.
you.
My
Also,
brother
guys,
and Duke Larg seek
anytime
to
we
ignite
manage to
war
find
further
people and
their
socialize
Who
with
is it? It is the
people,
but
when we
now,
manage to do what
A
we want to
man
do
does
for
progress.
YouTube,
Look
and
around.
yes,
Your
guys, for
brother
the White
would...
Tea family,
Come
all we
then.
need to do, guys, is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Taste
You guys can
this.
search me out. You guys can follow me on those 3 apps. As long as how long I've been on YouTube today. I've been on YouTube, guys, for over 9 years. Soon to be 10 this coming July, so far today. So you guys remember, July 30th will be
have you.
officially 10 years. I've been on YouTube most of the time. So you guys can check it out. If you guys got the time to obtain it, and see what kind of stuff you may or may not have missed. As long as you don't want to, here's the thing, as long as you don't want to kick your feet up if you're in a rocking chair. If you're looking to lay on the couch or
for the
anything,
sake of, I will not.
anything would matter, or
Forget
it does not matter.
Seekton.
Whatever it could be.
That was for many. It is your...
That's the best way to
As it was
just
my... No, I've
rest,
lied to... I
and
will
also
not.
feel
My turn.
bad. But I repeat, fellas, I've also been on Twitter X and Facebook for 7 years, going on to 8 this coming July as well. And also, guys, my true love and I, her and I have been together, ladies and gentlemen, my true love and I, my Rose, my Sultan, my future fiancé, fellas. Her and I have been together for 9 years. I've also been with her and Beryl for 17. And here's the thing, guys. This is exactly what I told him. I'm like, you guys know what's on the line. You guys know I want my PC repaired.
No holding back.
That way we can... Now, here's the thing, guys. That way I can get back to what I'm doing on payoff pets and also continuing Out of the Park Baseball 27. And have my brother Beatles be up to date, too. So that's exactly what I really, really want to get back to. I'm hoping my PC can be fixed today. If not, I'm going to tackle that repair job towards the end of the week. If it doesn't happen. So, I don't want to have anything, feel, off the rails or anything. But it can be done today. That's why What's-Her-Face from the art studio, I understand she wanted to have enough time with her grandparents yesterday. You cannot separate the men from the boys. You cannot. But there's enough to really collect and, repair whatever device you're looking to, have enough progress to, hold and also not to have any self-damage. But yeah. But I'll repeat, fellas.
What do you mean to do with Lady Ophelia?
I lost my true love and Beryl for 17 once.
I will
King
return
Guys and
to
Luckiest
Galleon
Man.
as per my contract.
I'm not going to judge a lot.
Dukes
But I'm not
Lark
gonna
and
lose
Goltanna are
both of
cut
them
from the same
twice.
cloth, just as Dystar. Are you not ashamed?
That's why one of them is going to
Right.
give it to a girl named Emma from the art studio. Besides, from what I've heard, she recently has much more experience than I do. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, she's got enough in her arsenal to, fix anything. Above a tablet, above a laptop, or anything. I mean, she's done a lot of that before. So I most likely am trusting her for that. But as far as paying cash goes, probably not. As long as my ass doesn't have to pay anything, that's good. That's all we can do. But alright, fellas. We just want to take our time and not be lackluster. As King Guys and Luckiest Man. So alright, guys. Now we're having a better sense of humor. I decided not to bring, here's the thing. I decided not to bring, Masadio back with us, but he would have had a bit of bloodbath to go with it. But not exactly with, here's the thing, not exactly with Agrias on it. So not this time around. I mean, I'll have him stick around with regular battles for now. and then we'll see what we can do. But alright, fellas. That's going to be the end of our social media for today. And of course, guys, not the first, not the second, but let's get right to what we can do. So, ladies and gents, let's get right to it. So guys, speaking of other stuff, head over to the Steam store. Head over to the Steam store, guys. Even though I'm without my PC for the, for the time period, it doesn't mean if it has the pause. If it
Listen, what is
wants to separate anything.
I see no
One of
will
those
not
guys,
stand.
it's only
I
the
will
bottom
not.
of the keyboard.
Then
I
you
can
seal
really
your
be, refresh, get back to normal, and have enough to, see what we can scatter. And have enough to really see how much it's going to take. As long as we have a good amount
With
of time,
creation's
good
flame,
term,
unleash
we'll
your
be
wrath.
fine.
Reduce all to...
We still want to have anything, have less pulse, but having a strong 100% positivity on any device. Between keyboards, tabs, anything that can be watched. Besides, I haven't had any device I've had over the years be watched in hand. No one's ever asked me. No one's, advertising much on it. But I repeat, fellas, the PC today can be fixed.
I let my guard down.
All it needs is, enough life supply. Enough to restore. But it can be done, trust me, fellas. And I'm hoping to have my PC back in no
I
time.
came so far.
But we don't run to rush anything, fellas.
I must fight
It
on.
takes time. But I repeat, fellas. Oh yeah, guys, head over as King Guys and Luckiest Man. Let's get back to what we're doing. So guys, head over to the Steam store. Head over to the Steam store, fellas. Make a name, purchase, and also pre-order. And of course, guys,
Ramza.
I repeat, head over to the Steam store.
You didn't
Make a
know.
process, make a name, and also pre-order. Remember, guys, get a name, pre-order process, head over to the Steam store, and buy something. If you guys are
Aye.
buying an old game, buying a
It is
special
true.
game.
Yet
If
though
you guys
I
are
am
getting
for the
bucks
honor
for
of...
Rocket League or
Do you
Fortnite,
truly think I
if you guys are looking to get new stuff like Mando and Grogu, the Fortnite, or Rocket League, you guys can play any of those two games for free with no extra cost. If you're King Guys and you're Luckiest Man to, have enough experience, enough to,
Come then.
enjoy anything. Especially if you're playing Star Wars. If you're watching
Fight
Star
you
Wars,
fight.
playing anything on Fortnite or Rocket League. So you guys can buy any of those two today. Play any of those two for
You
free.
don't have me yet.
You guys can see if there's any new stuff that's on there.
Not bad.
If you guys are, jumping in to some excitement on the Steam store. I repeat, fellas, let's head over to the Steam store today. Pre-order and process, get a name, and buy something. If you guys know something that's not on the list, if you guys want to get a game on sale, we're going to get to them in just a minute. But yeah,
I've come a long way.
you guys can head over to Steam, play those two games for free, see what you got, to see if your eyes can attach them, and see how good they are, and how much responsible they are, if you want. So you guys can play those two games in a good amount of time with no extra cost.
Curses.
If you guys are
It'll take more
looking
than
to
that.
get the deals on Steam.com today, you guys can get hold on. So apparently, guys, today Steam has this Oceanfest. I don't know much about this Oceanfest by heart, but I do know. To be open and honest with you guys, as King and the Luckiest Man, so you guys can play games like let's name a few. You guys can play games like Deep Blue. You guys can play Little Knot.
Come on.
I've never played any Ocean games, to be open and honest with you guys. As King and the Luckiest Man too. If there's any ocean games that are underwater or, followed by sea, as much. So you guys can play games like, Strategic Mind, the Pacific, Clean Up Earth. So you guys can play those games. You guys do have till, you guys can play those games on Steam. Just head over to the Steam store for that. And see what you guys really think. So you guys can play those games at any time. So yeah, you guys can head over to the Steam store for that. But if there's anything else that's not been brought to our attention, You guys can check them out, see what you guys think, and you guys can see what games that are on sale.
Come then.
If you guys are looking to, look into any deals, any other deals today on Steam, you guys can get a game called Darkest Dungeon for about 10 a piece on Steam.
I may not
If
survive
you're looking to
this.
buy anything on Steam for that,
Face your fate.
you guys cannot skip a price and also,
My strength has grown.
start banging on the table and
Onward.
see what game is it's not exactly on sale yet. So you guys can jump into that if you want and see what really surprises you or wants to shock you. So you guys can get Dungeon. I repeat, fellas. You guys can get Dungeon. Actually, I repeat, Darkest Dungeon. Excuse me. You guys can get Super Bunny Man for $7.49 if you guys are only spending,
My life.
half of the price and also half of the balance. So you guys can get that if you want and see what you guys really think. As long as there's not less beautiful art to attach or project. You guys can also get Maktala. This game, guys, has new content you guys can check out with the game. You guys can also get a Pac-Man franchise sale today. So you guys can get
cannot fall.
any Pac-Man games on sale on the Steam store.
From strength to
I
strength.
haven't played Pac-Man in a while, but I've heard some good things. I've heard some cool things about it, so you guys can get any Pac-Man game or any Bandai Namco
I
game
must
that's on sale.
concentrate.
I don't believe there's months to really skip ahead, so you guys can check that out. You guys can see what those games are pretty much up to date.
Come then.
See how much they can really, wind up being, and see how they are. You guys can also get other free games, not free games, but discounted games on Steam today.
It'll take
You guys can
more
get
than that.
Berry, and franchise sale, guys, of Super Meat Boy. There's some other games you guys can check out. Now, if you guys are looking to buy any pre-orders or any good chunk of stuff today on Steam. So, guys, let me get right to the point. So,
Come
we
on.
don't know when the third trailer for GTA 6 is going to be hitting, but I do know if it's going to be hitting soon. I would assume probably this coming summer. By the time we, take
must
our
act
time,
wisely.
take day by day on to see how Marvel's Wolverine is going to be, going, and how that game's going to be doing by the time we hit its release date. You guys remember, Marvel's Wolverine will not be released until September 15th. Now, if you guys want to know what other enjoyable game that's good,
Why?
you guys can check out the new Lego Batman. With here's the thing, guys, with 5, not 4, but 5 Batman movies and the one Lego Batman game. So as far as I know, I've heard the new Lego Batman is good. If you want to talk about battling crime, you want to control, not exactly just Batman, but also other good guy people in, in Gotham. You look at Commissioner Gordon,
My turn.
Catwoman. You guys can play like any good
Won't
guy
let you
people
die.
through Gotham. So, but I have heard some good
I can
things.
do this.
I'm not saying the game is bad, but I have heard the new Lego Batman, guys, is going to be releasing by tomorrow.
Leave this to
By
me.
the time Mando and Grogu releases. So, one thing I will add is, the fact is, the thing about the new Batman is, you guys can play
Got me
any
to
episode
contend
you
with.
want, any game you want from that. And, I repeat, I have heard the new Lego Batman is
Right.
good. I wouldn't call it almost absolutely great. I wouldn't call it absolutely
fleeting look,
decent
take
as a whole, but
Exactly.
if you guys know Batman by heart, you guys get the idea.
Oh, my lady.
Vingbabs, make a love shout out. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. Thought it was going to be Brother Village King, the Village King, or
I won't die
Philip
here.
Sahi, but the thing about Batman is, there's enough to really, create some distance, create enough to, do what you gotta do. You talk about saving Gotham,
Bloody
and
hell.
who doesn't like Lego games that are funny? It's like at one
Curse me for a
point,
fool.
what point do
I'd
you
not thought
actually
you'd grown
wanna
so strong.
see how a Lego game could really change your life around? How funny of any Lego game would be if you play characters, if you're looking to offer pizza like from the TMNT characters, or from anybody in general. A lot of people would, guys. Most of them would have and would. That's all we can do. So check out this battle, fellas. Gafgarian does crawl back into his position after just getting a lot of damage on him. Guys, he's got a blood sword, so there's nothing to worry. So Gafgarian does state the following. So you guys cuss me for a fool. I've never thought you've grown so
As
strong.
much as it chafes, I'd best
But
retreat
as
for
much
now.
as that bedevils me, also actually betrays some guys that Gafgarian's mentioning, I would suggest I retreat. So fellas, we are going to be taking the rest of Gafgarian with us, so all we have left is the Archer. But yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is, if we look at the new Lego Batman, you guys can check it out.
Back
I've
into
heard
the
it's
fray.
good, based on the reviews. So that's enough to really attach and, have enough confidence right there. So we'll see how it really starts rolling in. Alright, fellas, speaking of
I
other
can do
stuff,
this.
guys want to know my name on Steam.
Where am
My
I
name on
needed?
Steam, guys, is Zach Dawson93. Your king and your luckiest
I
man.
must concentrate.
If you guys have nothing, I repeat, if you
How are
guys
you
have
faring?
nothing, you entirely have nothing to lose. So I have been on
Come
Steam
then.
for a good amount of time so far today, and just to see how much we can, see these. Here's the thing: I repeat, see this, see that, or to see how much we can
Where's
really,
Leanne waiting?
see where we're at, and see how much we can, hold on and, stand and deliver together. So it just
I'm ready.
depends how. I repeat, it just depends how Wolver. Sorry, I'm trying to get the words attached
Come
today
on.
since I'm just a little bit tired. But all I know is, guys, if we want to see how Marvel's Wolverine does, I doubt it's going to be GTA 6
not
by
good.
far. GTA 6,
I will
fellas.
die here.
As I mentioned, not to really rewind, GTA 6 is still going to win. That game still got it this year. So there's no doubt. There's no less bonding for any game to prevent it.
Waits.
Farewell.
And this battle
friends.
is now in the books, ladies and gentlemen.
The castle. We must make haste.
This battle was a little bit rough, but not too bad. So the battle wasn't bad, even though I was trying to get Agrias and Masadio experience, but it's okay. So Ramza tells us to make
Please be
haste for the
safe,
castle,
Princess.
and he asks us wants Avelia to be safe. I mean, I would assume Avelia's going to be safe, without question. I'm sure she will, as long as we get to her in time. But my name on Steam, guys, I repeat, my name on Steam, guys, is your king and your luckiest man, Zach
You've not
Dawson.
touched your supper. A princess
If you
cannot
guys
live
have
on
written
pride alone.
RPGs like Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, God of War, Elden Ring, if you guys are buying the new Assassin's Creed Black Flag regenerated, or the new update for Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I do know the new resynthesized game from Ubisoft, which is exactly Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I do believe that's releasing this coming month. I believe it's going to be this coming month, or, of course, guys, sooner rather than later today. So I don't see why not. Just keep everything else in hand. Not to feel too concerned. Or anything else to, prepare. But I repeat, if you guys are into RPGs, like, if you're looking to get anything that's cool, or anything that's great, anything that's awesome. I've always been a huge fan, guys, of RPGs since I was a kid. everybody's got to like and love and also have the favorite to play any RPGs. You know, if you guys remember when you're growing up, um, I did hear a little something about Sakaguchi doing some with Final Fantasy VI, but I'm not going to get to that right now. But the rumor is actually not one source, but one rumor, according to Square Enix, is they're not trying to tease. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of a tease if we're getting the Final Fantasy VI remake. Since we got all six Pixel remasters of Final Fantasy through Square Enix, I would assume we may or may not get a Final Fantasy VI remake in the future. I mean, that's something that we don't know. I mean, we do or do not, but depends what they actually want to do. I'm not saying they should push it right now, but there's enough time in the world. But yeah, guys, RPGs have always been a strong living, and they've always been, big, big company for a long time. They always have. Before I continue with Steam, guys, when the scene with Delita and Princess Ivalice, what's one of them is, as you guys can see, Princess Ivalice is sitting next to her meal, and Delita does also question Princess Ivalice, and he states the following: "So you have not touched your supper. A princess cannot live on pride alone." And Ivalice doesn't seem hungry at this point.
Do you think to starve yourself?
So Delita does also
None would
question
weep, you know.
Princess Ivalice and
There are
states the
many who
following:
would be gladdened by
"Do you
your
want to starve
passing.
yourself by keeping yourself alive?" Saying that there are too many that can be gladdened of your passing.
Now stop being
Saying
stubborn
that.
and eat.
So Delita wants Ivalice to get some into the system instead of being a coward.
You were
And then
in league with the
Ivalice
Cardinal
does
all
finally
along,
speak,
weren't you?
stating that were you actually in a league with the Cardinal all along?
What do you mean to
And
do
saying
with
that,
me?
what do you actually mean to
Give
do
me
for
over to
me
Larg.
if you were
Then
not
what is your
ordered to do
intent?
anything to Duke Larg? What is your instinct? As Ivalice does question Delita for that.
To put you where you truly ought to be.
And then Delita does also reply back to the princess by stating the following: "To put you where you truly ought to be."
So you would manipulate me
So
as
Ivalice
well.
does question Delita.
I'll not
So
do
you
it,
would
you
actually
know.
manipulate
I'll
me,
not bend
saying
to
that
your
I would
whims.
not do your favors, do your plans. She said that I will not bend to your whims.
You will. If you wish to survive, you have
So
no other
Delita
choice.
has one or two options for her, stating that you may not have an option, but you have a wish to survive. You have no other choice.
What do you mean?
And Ivalice does question Delita by stating, "What do you mean?"
I mean,
Delita does state, "I mean." So before they continue the conversation, guess who
So,
guess who
this is
comes
Lady Ivalice.
to play, guys? Guess who's coming inside? Not just any night, fellas, but we have this one badass sorcerer that stands next to the Cardinal. And guess who that is, guys? Lord Vormoth. Vormoth is his name, guys. Next to the Cardinal. So
Do
he
we
does get
find
introduced
you in
by the
good
Cardinal,
spirits, Your
and
Highness?
Lady Croix does actually state the following. He's actually standing right next to Delita and Ivalice in front of them, stating, "Do we find you in good spirits, Your Highness?"
If you would be
Saying
but a
that
trifle more
if
tame,
you would
there
be
would
a
be
trifle
no
more
reason to
tame,
keep you
there would
in
be no
so
reason to
cheerless
keep you
a
in
place as
so
this.
cheerless a place like this. So, what up, fellas? But yeah, here's the thing. I mean, the Cardinal wants to keep the princess happy, but instead of being some sort of a monster to her.
These seem lavish enough
So the knight
quarters
does
for a false
also
princess.
state, and also writes the following: "So these seem lavish enough quarters for a false princess." So, what I'm going to say is, guys, the knight wants to prove himself that he would not be a prince himself to Ivalice. Not if the leader stops him first. So the Condor comes back a little bit
The girl
and
does not yet
states,
know,
the girl
Lord
does not
Falmouth.
yet know, Lord for Felmoth. No, we actually do know the knight's name this time.
Truly?
And Voimov
How
does also
pitiable.
state, truly, how pitiful. So
Tell
apparently
me what it is
Ivalice,
you speak.
I thought Ivalice was going to be hungry for a minute, but if it wasn't for the other two, they would have not disrupted. So Ivalice wants to know what's going on.
Very well.
Now Voimov does also state the following. Very
You are
well.
not Avilia
You are
Akasha.
not Ovilia Adkaska, or Adkaska. That's the
What?
last name. And then Ovilia does question the two of them by stating, what?
The true princess died
The
years
true
ago.
princess died years ago.
You are her double.
So Voimov thinks Ovilia is her double. So, another word for double, guys. You're talking about twin.
That's absurd.
And then Ovilia questions the two of them, saying that's absurd. It's in the wrong place.
It is neither absurd nor untrue.
So Voimov
You are
wants to
not
really
Avilia.
say in his own defense, stating that she's not a Princess
You are
Ovilia,
a straw doll
saying that you're a
placed in an
strong
empty
doll,
crib by the
in
council,
an empty crib by the
which
council,
bears no love
saying
for
that
Queen
no one
Laveria.
wants to have love for
It was the
Queen
old men's intent that you would
Lavoria,
someday
saying that the
succeed
old man
throne.
intent would have somebody succeed the throne. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Voimov, guys. He wants to really think that the princess is that princess right there, guys, in the middle of your screen. It's not exactly says who she actually is or who she was. He just wants to call her a double. Another word for double, as I mentioned, is twin. So he believes that he doesn't have a strong word, but just to see what the leader thinks of
They
it.
saw the queen as an
But
obstacle.
apparently, guys, Voimov does also
She and her
state
brother, Duke
they saw the
Larg,
queen
both.
and as an obstacle. That he actually found her and her brother Duke Larg. Not just once, but both of them, at least.
Their method was exacting.
And then Voimov does also state the following.
execution
The method
meticulous.
was extracting and having execution be meticulous.
They placed you in the
Saying
royal
that
family
they
after
placed you in the royal
assassinating
family
the queen's two eldest
after the
sons,
queen's two
attributing
eldest
their deaths
sons
to malady.
between their deaths to Milady.
The deception was
And then
complete.
Voimov does also
And you were
state
sent
the
all but
essence
sealed.
or all but sealed, saying that
King
the
Ondori
king
was
was
sickly and seemed
sickly
unlikely to father another
and,
son.
having unlikely to, not a son, guys, but a father to another son.
But against
Saying
all
that
odds, another
they were
prince was
against all
born.
odds, but another prince was born in hand.
Whether he is in
Saying
truth
that
of
if he was in the
Ondori's seed is
truth
highly
of the
suspect,
seed,
of course.
it's a highly suspect, of course.
Like as not.
Saying that Duke
Duke
Larg,
Larg
here,
found some
and
other
then Voimov
sire
does
to
also
ensure
state
his
the
sister's
following:
place
that
as mother
Duke
to the
Larg
king.
he may or may not have found some sire to ensure his sister's place as mother to the king. Now, the statements that Voimov is saying, guys, if he's actually stating that the one that's not having the meal and thinking that Ovilia is her double, I don't believe there's anything else mistaken. I mean, Voimov does make a good point, but it's like he wants to really have a preference by stating that this one, instead of so with the leader, is not exactly her twin.
Regardless,
That's all I'm saying.
all
And then
of the
Voimov,
council's
guys,
work
does
was
state the
made for
following:
naught.
all the
The
council's work
moment
was
Prince
made
Horinus
for
drew
the
his
moment.
first breath.
I mean, we don't know exactly who this prince is, or to notify, but the prince name, guys, is Orneus, or Renus. That way, they actually saw his first breath.
You speak false. I'll not
Saying
believe
that,
you.
and then Ovilia does state the following. She actually stops him in this track, stating, "You speak false. I don't believe a single word."
Believe what
And
you
then
like,
Voimov
child.
does
It is of
state,
little
"You
consequence.
can believe what you want.
You
It's
may
just
be
a little
born
more
butcher's
of a
daughter, for all it
consequence."
concerns
Saying that
us.
you may have been born as a butcher's daughter that concerns them,
We hold a trump
but
card
they actually
in
hold a
our
trump
hands.
card in their hands.
The
But I
stock
won't
from
go
which
any
it
more
was
further
cut
than that.
matters.
What is it
And then
you wish of me
Ovilia
then? What
states
would
to
you
the
have
two
me do?
gentlemen by saying the following: "Do you guys want anything, or what do you guys want me to do?"
Not at all, sweet child. We
So
only wish
Voimov
that you be
doesn't want
our
anything to
princess
harm,
as you always
but he
have.
only wishes that the princess will always have something they can do, and also have what they always have.
I am a daughter of House Akasha.
And then Ovilia does state
I'll
the
take
following:
no orders
"I
from
am a daughter
you.
of the house And he will not. Here's the thing: he will not take any orders from these two.
Indeed. You are Her Royal
So
Highness
Formov
Princess Ovelia
thinks
of
that
Kasha.
the one that is the
From whose
double
seed
of
and womb you
Ovelia
sprung matters not.
wants to call her a brat and pretty much a stubborn fool. I mean, he wants to really claim that Ovelia is her double, and now he's pretty much questioning that the one that they're talking to is, as a matter of fact, they're questioning that she's not the real Princess Ovelia in the right direction. So that's what it actually is. So Formov does also continue to state the following: from whose seed and of whom you sprung matters not.
'Tis more than our birth
Stating
that
that
determines our roles.
to more than our
And
birth that
yours,
determines our
child,
roles,
is to
and
be
you
princess.
as yourself as a child is to be princess in a tall order.
You have always
Saying
been
that
princess.
you've always been
She who
princess,
should rightly rule
but she would
this
only have the
chaos-racked
right to
kingdom.
rule this wrecked kingdom. I mean, another word for kingdom, guys, is chaos. Chaos. Wrecks kingdom.
We only wish to
Saying
help you
that we
claim the
will
throne.
help you, but we're
Nothing
not going to
more.
help any more than that. So Formov can do exactly what he
Who are
wants,
you?
but Ovelia doesn't believe a word that they're saying.
We are no friends of Duke Larg.
Now Formov actually
Nor do we
questions
sit in
the
Cortana's
questions and states the following: they are new friends of Duke Larg, and they would rather just sit in Cortana's camp.
Think of us simply as
Saying
allies.
that they're pretty much good guys, not exactly bad guys. To Ovelia.
Lord Falmov.
And then Dale
let us
Dusix
leave
does
our
also state the
princess
following:
to collect her thoughts.
that they should leave the princess to collect her thoughts and collect her emotions.
When she comes to see
Saying
the
that
reality
when it comes
of
to
her
reality,
situation, she
she'll
will doubtless
doubt
wish to be our
to be their
ally.
ally. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Actually, before I go
Indeed.
further,
Let us give her time to
Formov
stew.
does also state the following: let's give Velia have time to think about her own self and think about what she wants to do. Well, guys, speaking of other stuff, if you guys are in the sports games on Steam today,
Come, Delita.
like baseball, racing, tennis, golf, football, basketball, if you guys are into any sports games that are on sale, you're talking about paying the original price on Steam today. So you guys can buy any Steam games under sports or RPGs. If you guys know who makes the baseball games, if you guys play tabletop, if you guys are playing anything that could really not make you a sport or anything, or even if you guys want to, try them, by playing the demo first or buying an original game for its price, you guys can do what you actually want to do. But unfortunately, you cannot play the demo as long as you want. So Formov told Delita to come with him. So Delita wants to do something that this princess does not want to do, but I mean, we'll find out soon enough. But at least we got Gafgarian out of our sights today. This is pretty much long enough. That's so guys, we're not going to have enough time to do another battle today. But I
Very
repeat,
well.
if Formov wants to question that the one that is not a princess in that jail cell you guys just saw, or what you guys have already seen today, they can believe anything that comes out of their mouth, because I would assume the princess had no plans to maybe or not willing to do something with for himself next to the cardinal. Besides, the cardinal doesn't want to have any self-respect to whatever his plot thickens, or what type of plans he wants to do,
Good choice.
or enough to really not get ahead of it. But you guys get the idea. But you guys can buy any sports games on Steam, however you like, when you like, or anytime you like. So you guys can buy any of them and see how they work, and see how much fitting they are, and we'll get to them and take our time. So you guys can buy any sports games on Steam with
May I
no
be of
extra
Fabian?
cost. If you guys want to check out my brother Beatles, you guys can go to youtube.com/Beatles
You're in
Eternally.
safe hands with me.
Now, my brother Beatles recently did a live stream yesterday. You see, guys, if my PC was not going to be unstable, we have something above the keyboard with, a little bit of lemon squeezed or,
Would
too
that
much
be
water
all
above it,
catch your eye?
nothing would really be,
Are you happy?
self-esteem when
May
you
I
talk about
after all in
self-damage.
particular? Would that do?
But I repeat, I do know the PC can be repairable today.
Welcome.
Besides, he's
Take
going to
as
be at
long
the
as
art
you
studio
need.
this morning, so. Besides, I don't believe there's going to be anything lackluster, fellas, so
Or
I
catch your
believe he can
eye.
get it done. I'm looking for father and uncle, so
Would that be
if they can do that, all bets are off. So we don't want to have, less concentration or anything included to that.
welcome
So,
by all means. Would that be
but I do get to relax today, guys. I'm off tomorrow as well, and then my butt will be back with nice people at Steve, guys, and also 9 to 2 along with Nick and Pete, and then my ass off Sunday on top of it. But no worries. So I repeat, you guys can go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. Because we brother Zach, I call him brother Beatles. So I also try to get to his live streams when I get the chance, when I can take the time. But you guys understand, I can't do baseball games with my PC in front of me. But my goals for 17. This is about my physical fiance. They know what here's the thing, they know what to do. They know how to give to somebody that is a expert technician, knows how to tear stuff apart, and is willing to do what he's got to do. That's the main thing. So I don't see why not. I mean, if they can get it done, I don't have to pay any cash coming out of me or take anything out of me. So, but yeah, if you guys want to search Beatles Eternally, I repeat, you guys go to youtube.com, so it's Beatles Eternally. You guys can check out his baseball projects, check out his fun stuff, check out his podcasts. Now, if you guys want to know what projects that my brother Beatles does on the channel, check out the following stuff. They're fun. So when my brother Beatles plays for baseball, entirely, or, the by example today, he enjoys playing Action PC baseball, PL Pits through Game Pulse on Steam. He also plays out of the park baseball and also other fun stuff. Besides, a lot of us love baseball because baseball has been one of my 4 priorities, along with RPGs, along with you guys in the chat, WoW and Steve, my True Love and Battle for 17, and my True Love and I, and our future for 9. So, but I've been having an absolute time with baseball since day one. I've been a huge fan of baseball since I was a mid-teen back then. Just again a hard-fought break from football and basketball. Between 2 sports games into one. That's to really name a few. So those are enough to include right there, and I have a lot of patience. So guys, can check out my brother Beatles. Just head over to youtube.com. Beatles Eternally, and you guys will be intrigued. Because we brother Zach fellas, and I call him brother Beatles. So I haven't done any projects lately, but as soon as I get my PC back to normal, only as soon as possible from someone or somebody from the art studio, I repeat, all bets are off. But anything less, I can take it to a repair shop here in the state and see what we can do. As long as I don't have to pay a lot. Besides, we want to keep something that's close to us. Alright, guys. But yeah, if there's absolutely anything, guys, I'll keep you guys up to date. I'll let you guys know as soon as possible. See how my PC is and, have enough to see what's going on. And I repeat, I can see the bottom of the PC being fixed. I can see it being repairable. It's like if you have something above that, if you have a little something dry, if you guys do have a little some that is a little bit damped, or looking to get the water out of there, that can be done. Does it have enough to, include, have enough to not rust? But it's all about taking our time. That's all we can do. I'm not expecting to have somebody rush at it. That way, the sooner I can get back to baseball projects, the sooner I can have my PC back and have that black screen be, be off the ceiling. But we'll be fine. All right, guys. Before I get to social media, I want to double check if there's any in-gaming news today, real quick. So I'm only using my phone, but all right, guys. Speaking of that, we're gonna wrap up Steam for today. But just don't forget one thing. Don't forget to check out my brother Beatles. Let's go to youtube.com, ladies and gentlemen. It's King Guys and Luckiest Man. I repeat, don't forget to check out my brother Beatles, fellas. Let's go to youtube.com. Plus Beatles Eternally. Check out this baseball. Sorry. Check out my brother Beatles Eternally, guys, on the channel. Check out his baseball projects and see what you guys really exactly think. I've always thought Beatles Eternally is a nice guy. He's a nice dude. He calls me Brother Beatles. That's what I call him. He calls me Brother Jack, so that's what's trying to come in when I get the time. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of Steam for today. My name on Steam is Zach Dawson93. You guys can play any RPGs, sports games, and of course, guys, pre-orders and in-store purchases. So remember, guys, the most important thing and the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. Always see awesome and creative. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. We are at 643 mods today, which is amazing, wonderful, and thankfully for a lot of us today. That's all we can do. And also, guys, this week is graduation week. I don't have to worry about working tomorrow because I've heard somebody yesterday at Chief that this coming Saturday is going to be a little bit chaotic, but no worries. We'll have enough to book and also work out today. Because I'm off today and tomorrow's Friday, don't have to worry about it. We'll have our gut instincts and tech and enough to prevent. But yeah, guys, we got 643 mods today, and that's really, really good. Keep something thoughtful, keep something good, keep everything else intact, and also in good shape. But yes, guys, knowledge is power. If you guys want to help out the channel, I've got Lullab Saga helping me whenever she's got the time. Not to really brag, but have enough to, see what we can really handle and, not mislead, not to be frozen or anything. All I told somebody from the art studio, take your time and just get it done. That's all we can do. And we'll have, the only thing I told my future fiancé at the end of the night that but she believes my PC is just more of a repair setup or future for 9. And I'm like, as king and luckiest man, I do not say that. All I'm saying is, before we do actually anything, I want my stuff fixed first before we talk about our plans. So, that's all there is. And we'll have everything else top to bottom. It's like making a list and checking stuff twice. No more than that. We guys get the idea. Alright, fellas. But the only way to get our channels leveled up, like W8's and pretty much my channel and your guys' channel, we just want to take matters to our own hands and take our time in front of it. Not exactly falling last, but going first when we get a shot. One start at a time, guys. That's all that matters. Alright, fellas. But the most important thing that we can do to get our channels up and ready and upgraded is we watch some videos in fall. I guess we watch some videos in fall, like and share the stream. And so we have our social media, our YouTube accounts, Facebook and Twitter X accounts, mostly. And yes, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and so much more. I'm going to quickly get one piece of in-gaming news today. Remember, guys, today's date, Today, guys, it is May 21st, 2026. So I'm gonna quickly get into one top story today, and that would be this coming state of play for this coming June, and that'll be through Sony. Give me 1 second. Let's put in my right here for a minute. There we go. It's an include, fellas. So I haven't done in-gaming news on my phone in a while. Usually I would just have two things. My PC in front of me on the table, and also having something, I mean, mostly my phone on my left side of me. So as you guys can see, so if you guys haven't heard, Sony is confirming another PlayStation State of Play. It's coming soon, and that's going to be by after next week, or by the end of next week. So it's gonna be PlayStation Blog did actually write a post and stated and also wrote the following that so you guys remember how Marvel the last time Sony had a State of Play this year, Marvel's Wolverine was not included. Well, keep this in mind, fellas. From your king and your luckiest man. So basically, Sony will be having 60 minutes into an hour. And guess what they are including? You guys heard me right today. Marvel's Wolverine. I mean, the thing about that is, we know what we're talking about. And that is why Marvel's Wolverine should be a decent game. I wouldn't call it great, but I was expecting Wolverine to be slightly good this year by the time it releases on September 15th. What Sony wants to really update us on is how the game's going to be, how much of an update the gameplay is, and see if they're good to go. So apparently, guys, the State of Play show is going to be starting with Marvel's Wolverine, since it makes a lot of sense and enough connectivity. So Marvel's Wolverine is still slated to release on September 15th, as I mentioned. But the other stuff we're expecting is, there are a couple questions. For example, guys, were we expecting Naughty Dog's Intergalactic Prophet to make an appearance or get a release date from multiplayer Horizon spin? Not just Intergalactic Prophet through Naughty Dog and through Drunkman, but also, would we begin a release date for another game called Horizon Hunter's Gathering? Or what about Haven's Fair Games? So, well, on top of that, fellas, what Sony State of Play is also mentioning, before I get to one of the two, is I've heard there's a little bit of a tease that Sony's leaning towards, and what PlayStation wants to start leaning towards the other few. Like, for example, fellas, you have something new for Metal Gear, and also in Silent as well. So I don't see why not. Here's the thing, guys. If we get something with Metal Gear, well, I'm not sure if any other game would be twice as good. Pretty much twice as decent. But if there's anything if there's enough planning towards what PlayStation wants to do, enough with Konami to attach it, that depends. We haven't seen another Metal Gear game since since Delta Snake Eater was out this past year. So I haven't heard much, but if Sony does not want to push anything right now, they can see what they can do. But apparently, guys, not just that, but also Square Enix did also suggest the last part of the remake for Final Fantasy VII. So, there's been enough updates right now of what Square Enix is plotting, of what they're actually doing. So that's enough to keep in mind. Now, I mean, it doesn't have to really apply and also suggest. So, I'm almost believing that, this is just my opinion. I'm gonna get to my opinion real quick, and I will end on this. So, as far as how Marvel's Wolverine's gameplay and pretty much the technical graphics go, I do see Wolverine doing slightly decent. But if you want to bring something with Marvel's cinematic Spider-Man, now both of those games like Spider-Man and Miles Morales, both of those games were good. But the fact is, fellas, I mean, if there's enough to attach and enough content for Marvel's Wolverine, how much gameplay did they actually put in it? And also, guys, trying to see what Naughty Dog's Intergalactic Prophet does. I mean, I'm not saying if it'll make an appearance on June 2nd's State of Play or not. I mean, that remains to be seen. But here's the thing: we don't know exactly when it's releasing. I mean, I would assume it'll still release sometime this year. But I mean, we don't know a day, we don't know a month yet through Neil Druckmann, but I'm pretty sure Sony will have enough info on it. So I repeat, fellas, we'll see what's going on. And so far, they're not. And real quick, guys, State of Play is not allowing any other feedback yet. If we're getting the next game for 2 games, for example, you have Ghost of Tsushima, which I thought it was good, and also the sequel to that game is Ghost of Yodi. So I'm not sure what's going on with those games yet. But I do know Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, fellas, with its final title. I do know the last part of Final Fantasy VII should be out next year, from what I've heard. So I've heard that should be released at least after this year, and see what they actually want to start putting attached and have enough electricity to add. So depending how Marvel's Wolverine does going into June 2nd on State of Play, I could maybe. Here's the thing: I don't see Marvel's Wolverine being unattachable, guys. That's something I don't see ahead of it. Going into the other half of this year. So that depends. But I'm curious to see how the other games are going to fit in by June 2nd. But we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Enough in gaming news for today. Enough being tired and anxious. So guys, it's King and the Luckiest Man. That's going to wrap everything up for today. Even though I can do in-gaming news on my phone. I can do Steam Store on my phone. I can see what you guys are typing in the chat on my phone. That's all I can do. But if I found my PC, it's King and the Luckiest Man. My butt ain't nothing without it. You guys understand that. There's enough proof. There's enough acceptance or anything else to, break waves. But no worries. But I will have my PC brand new again. You guys can bet your ass I will. There's no doubt. There's no self-reins or self-precaution. My PC will be fixable as soon as possible. It can be done as long as you have good technicians that can help you. By any means necessary, it can be done. There's no doubt. Alright, guys. That's also going to wrap everything up for today, guys. Of the stream after a week. I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. As a King and the Luckiest Man to do some without my PC and do some on my phone for the time being. That's all we can do. So as far as what's going on today, well, as far as I know, well, here's the thing: without my PC, I can't play baseball games entirely. But I'll tell you what, as far as what's going on, and hold on, guys, let me get this message out. As far as what's going on, now, no, I'll tell you what, guys. Now, based on the schedule today, it's King and the Luckiest Man. Good to see you yesterday. So I'm off today. Tomorrow's Friday. So I'm off today. I'm off tomorrow. And then finally back to Steve along with Nick and Pete on Saturday. So on Saturday, guys, I've got 9 to 2. My ass is off Sunday. And then Monday is Memorial Day. So the plans for Matsulov and I, the original plan for Matsulov and I for 9 is watching Star Wars Mando and Grogu. No, I'm not saying, here's the thing, I'm not saying Mando and Grogu is a great movie. I've heard it's not that good. I'm not saying if it's going to be making $1 billion. I mean, I would assume Star Wars Mando and Grogu doesn't make it that far. I'm not saying if it would. I'm not saying if it would not. But apparently, we are finally going to have Matsulov's second pick for 9 by Monday. Since I'm done at 2, I'll tell you what, I'm done at 2 on Saturday. I'm done at 2 on Monday. That's to name a few and make sure you guys are informed and understand. So no worries, guys. Don't want to be impatient. Don't want to be less informed. But it can be done. I have a P-Files. My PC can be kickstarted. It can be energized more. And we'll be good to go. Even though it may take under a week, so you have to look into it, and see what C can do. But no worries. I mean, we're not going to be in a rush or anything. Whatever I do on my phone, I can still do the same differently. And pretty much on hand. Alright, guys. So my next stream is, well, since I've got 9 to 2 this coming Saturday, guys, at work, along with Nick and Pete, and also being chaotic at Steve on that shift. I am off Sunday. So Sunday, I could do Hogwarts Legacy. Depends if I get up off my ass in the morning, and I'll be so tired. Guys, you guys haven't seen an episode in a while. I'll try. But furthermore, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, it was Chronicles every Thursday in the mornings. With most of you guys in the chat out of 4. Make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. If any of you today have any questions or concerns today, you guys can let me know in the chat, in the live chat, and the most important thing you can have, guys, is each other, and also all of us here today. You know, remain calm, keep everything in balance, keep everything else collective, and us guys being in check. But we can do that, trust me. Take our time, but don't rush ahead. But real quick, guys, the most important thing, the most important rule, and yes, guys, it's still the same, pretty much comfortable. Remember, guys, the most important thing, the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative, guys. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. We are at 643 mods today, so. Besides, as King and the Luckiest Man, people should always nod their head if there's enough establishment, enough self-esteem, and also enough to include on it. But I repeat, fellas, we're pretty much in good hands. We pretty much know what we're doing, so. Might get my PC back soon. I would assume I will. I will be back to playing Payoff Pets, and also doing somewhere with my 1992, continuously with my 1992 Pirate Season on Out of the Park Baseball on my PC going forward. So I strongly want to get back into that. I really do. Not until she looks inside at the art studio. I mean, I know she can try to be a badass expert as a technician, so I trust the 3 of them. But if not, real quick, guys, if not, I can probably see if my guardian and I can get us one repair shop So there's enough word, so. But we'll see what happens, fellas. I mean, I'd trust her instincts today. Even though she was not at the art studio yesterday. She could probably get it done today. But you never know. It'll take time. We don't want to separate the man from the boys. To really cost anything. But we can do it. I mean, I can do it. As King Guy's the luckiest man. But she can do it. There's no doubt. Alright, but yes, guys, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, fellas, like connecting together, taking our time, having refreshing, and keep everything else intact, and everybody else with eyes open, all we need to do, fellas, is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So, guys, I may or may not be that stressy, or pretty much be dozing off a lot, but if I told my musketeer during that call, and yes, guys, at the end of the night, I want good results. I want to see how well they're going, and keep everything else that's not out of control. Keep something in shape, enough to develop, you know. But I repeat, I mean, like I said, we can do it. I mean, she can do it. It's not like it's going to be interfering or causing something with anything out of replacing it. But like I said, guys, hopefully she can get it done. I'm trusting the three of them. You know, also, guys, in God's prayers and everything else going forward. Alright, guys, let's go wrap everything up for today. Remember, if you guys want to help out the channel, you guys can increase my W rates, watch as much videos on the channel as much as you want, and as long as you like. And do not get yourselves tired. Do not get yourselves snoozed. Or being out of shape or out of luck. Also, guys, don't forget to check out my brother Beatles. Let's go to youtube.com, so it's Beatles Eternally. Because my brother Jack, and I call him Brother Beatles. As a matter of fact, I mostly do. I still try to get into live streams. Besides, I'm still around. But no worries. Alright, guys, the only way we can get our channels up there and raise our heights and raise our elements, all we need to do, guys, is we watch our videos in full, like and share the stream, guys. You can see we have our social media, our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter X accounts, and our podcast services, guys, all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. To end it on a good note. Alright, guys, you guys have a good rest for Thursday morning. Enjoy graduation this week. But remember, don't forget to check out Beatles Eternally. Search his channel on YouTube, and you guys may have a lot of enjoyment for that. And see what you guys think entirely. So you guys can check him out. I will be around. I should be back hopefully, or maybe not, by Sunday. If I can hopefully get a shot. I'll probably watch Legacy through my phone, and also through the console by then. If not, I should be back next Thursday. Same time, same channel. But alright, guys. You guys have a good rest of a Thursday. Stay warm, stay healthy, and I'm expecting good results from the art studio. I'll be on my PC today. See what we can do. And we'll have enough to, have enough prayers answered and capitalize with them. So, alright, guys. You guys have a good rest of a Thursday morning. Here's your king. The luckiest man signing off for now. Be good to one another, be kind, and love one another. But yeah, have a good rest for Thursday morning, guys. Smell the coffee, and get enough to wake you up. But have a good Thursday, guys. From your king and your luckiest man. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys in